Welcome to Deep Thought. People are having trouble with romantic relationships. Now, I usually don't talk about relationships on this channel, but I want to introduce or really talk about just thinking. Because one of the things I found with relationships, and I've been dealing with, I'd say, relationships professionally since the late 1990s. Since the late 1990s, I remember I first wrote a pamphlet called Finding a Good Man for the ladies. And even then I wasn't taking it seriously. I wasn't trying to really do anything but make a little bit of money when I was doing some vending. But it took me a long way. It got me on cable TV in DC and everything. And you know, that led to Nice Guys and Players and my relationship stuff. And I've done panels, radio shows, everything, right? But one of the things, and so I've been seeing this, and one of the things I'm not seeing is people actually thinking about what they're doing. Many people, I'm gonna be real, many people, when they go from person to person, they're not thinking about why they picking this particular person. They're not thinking about it, they just picking them. Why they like this person or something, you know? They ain't thinking about it. Why they keep getting this knucklehead all the time, or this bad person who's cheating on them, or this person who's abusing them. And it's usually after, if I talk with somebody privately, and they start, or they are older. Sometimes when they get older, they finally figure it out. That might not have been when they needed to figure it out. They were like, well, you know what? Why am I with this player? You know, or why am I with this bad woman? You know, this 304 or something. Because there's plenty of people out there who ain't players of 304s, but if somebody keep getting the same type of man, like if it's a woman, she keep getting the same type of man, the only thing these men have in common is her. Or a man keep getting the same type of bad woman, the only thing they had in common was him. Now, a lot of people don't think about it. You know, they see what they see in the person. You know, that person got a nice body, look nice. You know, might have some money, might have some status or something like that. All of these things. Depends on your gender and what you're looking at. Shoot, even in same-sex relationships, people keep doing the same thing over and over, right? And it's because they're not really thinking. They're not really thinking. You gotta ask yourself. Now, that's no problem. There's no shame in getting that one person that dogged you or treated you poorly. There's no shame in it because you didn't see it. But it's a shame if you keep doing it over and over again, which is what a lot of people do. They keep doing it. They ain't thinking about it. They ain't sitting back thinking, hold up, what's up? Or they blame the other people. It's like, well, hold up. You done, like a woman, you done got with 5 dogs in a row. Only thing they had in common was you. Or if a guy complained about the woman, you done got with gold diggers or women you consider gold diggers, 5 women in a row. Are you thinking about it? Are you looking at it? Are you asking yourself, okay, what is it within me? See, that's where the thought should go. What is it within you, not everybody else? See, a lot of people want to blame everybody else. That's a major issue. It was like, no, all they got in common is you. What is it with you that got with that person? That's the first thing you need to think about. They didn't force you. They ain't hold a gun to your head. Shoot. Why are you vulnerable to this type? And I've heard some people even say that. They say, I keep running into this type. Okay, what's the reason? What's the reason? You know, you gotta sit back, shoot. I mean, therapists, they've probably heard it. Professional therapists have probably heard it or probably talked with people about it, you know? And that's, you know, people really need to think. Yeah, I know we hear this thing about romance and all of that. Okay, but you're dealing with another human being. You know, the romantic thing, okay, I can understand that. Oh, it's all flowers and, you know, the music's playing in the background. Well, first of all, if you really think about it, that's only lust. You know, or if you get butterflies in your stomach, you really shouldn't. You know, people, that shit, that's a whole other conversation. That's a whole other conversation. You feeling butterflies in your stomach or something like that, that ain't love. Shoot, that's fear. That's fear for real. So, you know, and people getting with them, or I can't help it, or lust. Okay, you got lust, there ain't nothing wrong with lust. But sometimes that person that you want to satisfy, your lust ain't the best person for you. So it's like you got to really look at it. In fact, I would say people need to balance everything together. Like I say, there's nothing wrong with lust, but you also got to have some common sense. There got to be some practicality with it. And all of it, you still got to think about it. Like think, you know? Like really a good relationship should be a good combination of your thinking, your lust. Let's be real. We got to have lust in there, and it should be balanced out by your heart. Let me say that again. It should be balanced out by your heart. But, you know, we don't have that. Some people going on all lust. Some people are going on all lust, but, you know, they find a relationship is like a bull in a china shop. It got a lot of fun, but a lot of trouble too. Because on an intellectual level, the couple, they're not compatible. But then you got many people on the more intellectual thing. They'll say, okay, we have the same values, we go to the same church, same class, all of that. And he might try to hook up, but then they don't have that lust, that energy there, what you need. See, if you're thinking about it, you realize you need both, but then it's balanced by your heart. That's why your heart is in the middle. It's between there, and it balances things out. So the person you might ultimately get with, okay, they give you get some lust with them, but not ultimate lust. But then you get y'all got an emotional compatibility, but you know, it ain't like total, but then that's when you grow together. You see how that works? So the lust can increase, the compassion can, or, you know, the emotional compatibility can increase, but then that's where the heart come in. That's where the love come in. You know, a young friend of mine, she was just saying she got married with this guy. And I remember when she was complaining about having trouble with him, but she said, you know, we keep coming back, so we just gonna work this out. And, you know, I've seen them together. They are right for each other in so many ways. And you have to have that. You have to have that. But they're thinking. You know, a lot of people aren't thinking about what they're doing. You know, you got to think no matter what. Yeah, you know, yeah, they create lust, and I've met some women just felt that lust, but I said long term they wouldn't have been right for me. You know, then met some people. It's like, oh yeah, we click, but there's no lust, because see, if you don't have lust there, and then when somebody come and bring you some lust, or you feel lust for someone else, that you're likely to cheat. Like I said, you got to have a balance, but then regardless, you still have to think about it. Why you keep getting this person? Why this happening? You know, how come you're not meeting that right person? You got to think about that. Maybe you're not in the right area. You know, maybe you're trying to relate to people who are just not compatible to you. You got to think about it on all levels. So, you know, that's the thing, though. You got to think about it. Yeah, I don't usually go and talk about relationships on this channel, but it is something that's a deep thought. Because trust me, the right relationship can help you in life, can take you to high levels. The wrong one can drag you down. So it's something you need to think about. You need to think about it. And like I said, no matter how lustful they are, you know, how fine, how pretty, you got to think about it, you know? Or even like the other way, you know, you try to think, well, okay, they're educated, they got this, they check off all these boxes. First of all, that's an intellectual thing, but you still need more. You got to have that balance. But regardless of how you come at it, you got to think about it, okay? So think on what I just talked about, all right? Really think about it, all right? So anyway, that's all I have. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.